The onslaught of more and more high-end smartphones and tablets makes the days of dedicated MP3 players and especially radios numbered. However, there are still some pretty good options if you are looking for a old-fashioned FM radio with some MP3 functionalities built in, and this is one of the one examples that we have for you. Hey guys, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the Music Live FM radio digital audio player. There's a built-in microSD card slot which allows you to play back more music, and it has some pretty powerful speakers on board that are crisp and easy to listen to if you're listening to a radio or your own songs. The device itself retails for about $20 to $35 online at Amazon.com, and it arrived in about 3 to 5 days, so pretty fast shipping. And you can see that some of the functionalities include a rechargeable lithium-ion battery, and also you have access to an FM radio, SD card slot. It's a USB device for charging, and it also works with a PC or a Mac to connect it and to read your device. So it also acts as a SD card reader. So inside, you have access to the battery. The rechargeable battery is pretty interesting. It looks like a standard AA battery, but it's a bit larger, and it has a 2,200 milliamp hour rating, so pretty large. And you also have access to a micro USB cable for charging and syncing purposes. Inside, there's of course the radio itself, which we'll discuss in a moment. There is a full warranty installation manual, and there's also a lanyard, which allows you to attach it if you're on the go or traveling with your device. Taking a look at the instruction manual, it's printed in black and white monochrome, but it tells you how to cycle through the functionalities on board, and the device itself is pretty simple in terms of operation as well. We have the blue version here for review purposes, but it comes in a whole range of color options and customization schemes. The company behind it, which is called MiFine, also offers it in some pretty cute customizations, like there's one with a number pad that's labeled like dog prints or cat prints, and that's kind of interesting. Now inside here you actually have stereo speakers, so there's one speaker here and one speaker here, which makes for a pretty awesome experience if you're listening to music. And on top here there is a LED display which shows your time, date information, your song information, and also your radio and channel information. On the right-hand edge, there's access to a 3.5mm headphone jack, a USB port for you to plugging in a standard USB thumb drive and listening to music on board. There's a mini USB for charging and syncing purposes there. And there's also a power on and off switch, which also controls the volume. On the very top, you have access to skip track and also play pause keys. The buttons are risen above the surface and fairly tactile to press on, but the center key gets a little bit stuck sometimes, as you can see there. But the other keys are very sensitive and tactile. The front of the device is also pretty simple. There's a T9 style layout with the number pad and also an FM radio and a menu key. The keys are all very tactile and easy to press. So the battery goes into the back here, and you can see that we can slide it off. The entire construction quality as a whole is actually pretty strong. It's crafted out of soft touch materials, which we appreciate, and it means that the device feels slick in the hand and also fairly well made and well weighted when carrying it around. The actual range extender for the antenna is also quite strong, and you can easily pick up any reception or any channels depending on your area. There's also the lanyard switch on the side. So otherwise, the bottom also features a micro SD card slot, and that's about it. So if you wanted to turn on the device, you can see that the battery comes pre-charged. Fully charging the device takes about 2 hours to complete, and you have about what I tested about a week of usage before you really need to charge the batteries up again. And at the moment, it's showing the time, which is a unique feature. It shows that it's 12 o'clock because it's been reset, and it's going to display the time in AM/PM fashion in a 12 or 24-hour setup. There's also date information if you need it, and there's also a battery indicator for you to tell you when you need to charge your batteries. So pressing on the FM key takes you into the FM radio section, and you can actually go and cycle through your radio, and you can actually go and cycle through the stations that you're looking for by pressing on the skip track key, and holding on it for a few seconds longer will automatically start seeking out channels that are crisp and available in your region. As you can see here, this is a random channel 88.5, and the reception is very, very strong.
More trio at Jazz Alley tomorrow and Wednesday nights.
And there isn't any distortion at all. So for such a small little device, it actually is surprisingly accurate, and the sound reproduction is surprisingly good over the radio, which is sometimes not the case and often not the case interface for smaller radios like this. So if you are a radio fanatic, you like listening to talk shows, you like listening to jazz and music, this is still other features. You also have access to, you can press the menu key to get through some of the other features. This is the music. You can cycle through the radio, and pressing it again takes you back to the time. Once you have a SD card or also a USB stick inserted here, you can also cycle through the music that's built in. So for example, we can listen to music right now, and it works pretty well. The volume can get surprisingly loud. I'm going to turn it all the way up, so be warned, if you are listening to over a pair of headphones, you might want to disconnect your headphones. This is going to get pretty loud. So as you can see, it gets pretty loud, and the thing is, when you do have the volume turned all the way up, there isn't much distortion at the top end of the spectrum either. So it's a very good pair of speakers that are built in here. It's pretty crisp, it's pretty loud, it's rich, has good bass, and so we are impressed with the audio quality, which is the most important facet of any audio device that you will want to purchase. So as far as that's concerned, we are pretty much impressed. So other features on here, as far as playing back MP3 songs, we found that you could support virtually any format we threw at it, from WMA to MP3, and it didn't have any recognition issues that we experienced. And for cards, we plugged in a pair of 32 and 64 gigabyte memory cards, and there weren't any issues either. For USB, we tested it with a pair of with a 2 gigabyte flash drive loaded with some songs, and there weren't any issues either. So all in all, this is a pretty impressive device. It offers extremely good audio quality and has quite a few features. It's not just a radio anymore, it's also an MP3 player, in addition to being a clock, a time, and an alarm. So it has some surprising features hidden underneath the hood. If you are looking for, still a FM radio in today's 21st century, I guess this would be a pretty good option to go with. You can check out our full written review on our website. For now, this has been the portable MiFine portable FM radio audio player. Thanks for watching this video review here at OS Reviews.